Today we're talking about an incredible woman, Maria Troncatti. She traveled all the way from Italy deep into the Amazon and became so loved by an indigenous tribe that they gave her this simple but really powerful name, Little Mother.
And when she passed away, this was the heartbreaking cry from an entire community, the Shuar people. I mean, think about that. That single sentence tells you everything, not just about a huge loss, but about an incredible amount of love.
So, who was this mother? How does someone earn that title from an entire people? We're going to trace Maria Troncatti's path all the way from a small farming village in Italy to the dense jungles of Ecuador and figure out how that journey led to her becoming a saint.
Her story doesn't start with some grand vision or a lightning bolt moment. Nope. It begins with a really humble upbringing and this little spark of inspiration she found in the pages of a magazine. So she was born into a farming family. You can imagine she learned all about hard work and deep faith right from the very beginning. And it was reading this publication, the Salesian Bulletin, that really opened her eyes to a world outside her village and sparked this desire to become a missionary. By 1908, she'd made it official, joining the Salesian Order, ready to get out there and serve.
But, life has a way of throwing you a curveball. Before she could head off on her mission, her path took a major, unexpected detour. Her spirit and her skills were about to be tested in the fires of World War I.
And this experience? Wow, it was absolutely crucial. As a Red Cross nurse, she wasn't just patching up physical wounds, she became this presence of peace in a world that was just tearing itself apart. This intense period really prepared her for the unbelievable challenges that were waiting for her in the Amazon. Okay, so the war is over. She'd made a solemn promise to dedicate her life to missions if she survived. And now it was finally time to follow through on that dream. So in 1925, she gets on a ship headed for Ecuador. And you have to understand, this wasn't just a trip. This was a total life-altering commitment. She was leaving her home, her country, everything she knew to take her faith and her skills deep into the Amazon rainforest to serve the Shuar people. And this is where Sister Maria really transforms into Madrecita, their little mother. It's here in the jungle that her life's work just blossoms. And it was all guided by a really specific way of doing things. Her whole approach was guided by something called the Salesian Preventive System. Now that sounds a bit academic, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple and beautiful. It's about blending education and faith with real practical help. And the core of it all, to do everything with motherly kindness and cheerful sacrifice, to serve with genuine love and joy, not just because it's your duty. And right here, you can see how she put that philosophy into practice every single day. I mean, she wore so many hats for this community. She was their nurse, and when needed, their surgeon. She was a teacher and a catechist. But more than that, she was a friend and an advocate, especially for the Shuar women, really helping them find dignity and build strong, faith-filled families. There's this one story that just perfectly captures her spirit. The daughter of a Shuar chief was terribly wounded. Maria had no proper surgical tools, nothing. So she used a small knife and her incredible faith, and she saved the girl's life. It was a miracle. That single act of courage cemented her place, not as some outsider, but as one of them. Her commitment was just staggering. This wasn't a short-term mission trip. Maria Troncatti spent 44 years living with and serving the Shuar people. Let that sink in. Nearly half a century dedicated to one community, becoming a part of its very fabric. So her story doesn't just end after a lifetime of work in the jungle. Her final chapter, in a way, is what sealed her legacy. A legacy that continues to inspire people all over the world. On August 25th, 1969, at 86 years old, mind you, her life ended tragically in a plane crash. The reaction from the Shuar was immediate and so telling. Our mother is dead. Decades later, the church officially recognized her extraordinary life of virtue, and through the process of canonization, she was formally declared a saint, a model of faith for everyone. Her life leaves us with such a powerful lesson. It shows that sainthood isn't really about one huge, spectacular moment. It's built day by day, through thousands of simple, courageous acts of love, all flowing from a deep and unwavering faith. And that kind of brings it all back to us, doesn't it? Maria Troncatti completely transformed a community through her dedicated, daily service. It really makes you think, What small, consistent acts of love and courage can each of us bring to our own little corners of the world?